Final time here in Austria, the grid being well and truly cleared. We do have the front row, Eric Granado, second place earlier on, he's third on the grid here now. Mattia Casadei, he was your winner. He starts from second place, and Zannoni, who was third in race one, he starts once again from pole position, ready to make a lightning pole shot start up towards turn one. A reminder of your starting grid then, a full list for you all before race two gets underway. Row one, Zannoni, Casadei, Granado. Then row two, Ferrari, looking for redemption here in Spielberg. It really is like a blockbuster film, all the way from Hollywood. Akubo, fifth. He hates Neil Morrison now. Garzo, sixth. Then we have third row, Pons, Torres, Manfredi, Krummenacher, 10th, Mantovani, 11th, Rabat in 12th. Oscar Gutierrez starts from 13th, ahead of Spinelli and Mika Perez. Alessio Finello starts from 16th, Alessandro Zacconi 17th, and Maria Herrera in 18th. A great ride earlier from Zacconi, moving up from 17th on the grid to 7th at the flag. That was quality from him, Neil.
Yeah, it was. Zacconi took a bit of a gamble in mixed conditions in qualifying yesterday. Everyone was on slicks. He thought it was wet enough for wet tyres, and that gamble did not pay off. He was second last on the grid. He will be second last on the grid for this race as well. One name to keep an eye on coming through the field. Also, look out for Pons, Torres on row 3. Krummenacher, who is very subdued in race 1, coming through from row 4.
Well then.
Prediction times.
Yes, go on then. Fran, let's hear yours first.
This time I was more or less ready. I think we're going to see similar people at the front. I wouldn't be surprised if Ferrari pulls a little bit of a redemption ride out the hat, though.
Excellent stuff. What about you, Neil?
Kevin Zannoni for me. I thought he was mightily impressive. Expected him to get dropped in race 1, but held his own among the exalted company he was in.
Excellent stuff. I think I'm going to go for difference. Eric Granado looking for that victory once again, but I think my head would also say Matteo Ferrari. He clearly had the pace on everybody else, but can he keep his head? That's the main question. There's Kevin Manfredi, chatted with him earlier in the MotoGP VIP village, taking questions from various fans, etc. A great ambassador for the sport. Final hugs, fist bumps, butt pats, etc. Good lucks. And the grid is being cleared. Jordi Torres, a great ride earlier in terms of the championship, extending his lead, obviously. 5th place was all he could manage. A conservative ride, you would certainly say, but it did his championship all the favours in the world. Kevin Zannoni then, just tightening his gloves, ready for the red flag at the front of the grid to depart. Everybody in the bright, soaring sunshine this afternoon. We'll wait for the silence to break. Here we go. Green flag at the back of the grid. We wait for the lights. They're on. And we're racing once again in MotoE. Another rocket start from Zannoni, just tucked in as much as he possibly could be. Will he get the whole shot into turn 1? Yes, he does. And it's Casadei who slots into second place. Granado behind him. Ferrari way pushed wide at turn 1. But who will be leading coming into 2A, 2B? Casadei looks for it for Zannoni, holding firm, squirming under brakes. Everyone safely through, touch wood at the moment. There's Krummenacher fighting back through the pack as well. It is all through in towards turn 3. Zannoni, Casadei, Granado, Ferrari, Garza.
Kevin Manfredi having a look there up into turn 3. Jordi Torres has managed to maintain his position despite the efforts of Tito Rabat. In fact, it was Oscar Gutierrez going through turn 2. As you go down into turn 4, it looks as though Matteo Ferrari is making a move underneath Eric Granado.
Yeah, he's going for it, is Ferrari, but Granado is going to get him straight back then on the cutback at turn 4. A classic Austrian move, and look at that. Casadei up the inside of Zannoni, but is Zannoni not going to give him a quarter? No, he is. He's going to concede the position. So Casadei, your race 1 winner, leading here already.
Absolutely brilliant stuff from Mattia Casadei, using a pretty unusual place to take advantage of the rider ahead to make an overtake, to take the lead. And, well, you can see Granado there has managed to put a few bike lengths into the back of Matteo Ferrari. Jordi Torres looking a little more aggressive at the start of this encounter. He really felt his way in to the contest in race one. You can see he's right up there with Mikel Pons, who's in 7th, and Akubu, who is just ahead in 6th.
I wonder if someone had a moment there, because they all properly slowed up going into the final corner, a bit more than you'd expect, but across the line we come then, all in order. Casadei 40 from 21, Zannoni 51, Granado 11, Ferrari, Garzo looking menacing in 4th position.
Yeah, Randy Kumanaka has just made a couple of moves there to get himself up into 9th, but I think Kevin Manfredi was just about to overtake him into turn 1. This has been a bit of an overtaking hotspot right the way through the day. Is Pons going to make a move on Akubo?
He was looking for it, wasn't he? But Akubo still holding firm. We've got a top 8, we've got a 16-wheeler at the front of this race then. A proper leading pack of MotoE riders then. 6 laps to go, all safely through turn 3. Torres just not looking very comfortable here in Austria, is he, Neil?
He isn't yet. We said the same thing in qualifying yesterday, and the same thing in the race here, Fran.
I was just going to say, it's a bit strange, because on Thursday he said that this track should suit his riding style a lot, and it should be somewhere where he really wants to make hay. So, yeah, not sure, but all is not lost at the moment, for sure.
No, absolutely not. A very well conservative ride earlier on, and I think he can do the same here this afternoon, picking up the pieces that may fall in his way.
Yeah, absolutely. We were saying this in race 1, and he still came away with an extended championship advantage. So Jordi Torres certainly knows how to play it when it comes to managing the championship lead, but you can see he is struggling to hold on to the back of Mikel Pons on the back of this 8-rider scrap for the victory. I think Eric Granado is the man to watch currently, Matt. He's definitely looking to make a move or two past Kevin Zannoni to get through into 2nd.
Yes, Casadei certainly not getting away, is he, at the moment? Interestingly enough, although he's looking quite solid out front, he's not exactly pulling great bike lengths away, but then again, coming out the final corner clearly did something pretty impressive. Look at that. So 138.8 is the fastest time from Ferrari. How does that compare to the lap record of 138.5?
Yeah, decent lap time from Matteo Ferrari. He's going to make a move past Eric Granado surely into turn 2 here.
Oh, Eric strong on the brakes, almost too strong, almost running into the back of Zannoni there, and that holds up Ferrari as well. Another opportunity coming in towards turn 3. Casadei just pulled out a bike length or 2 at this stage.
I'm pretty sure Granado and Ferrari will notice that. Ferrari obviously the quickest man on track, and you can see Jordi Torres has managed to get
sorry, I thought someone was down the background, but it's just the angle.
Yes, so Torres past the Kubo. Pons past the Kubo as well. Pons up into 6th, and I was just about to say that the top 5 are just edging away from Mikel Pons in 6th place. Let's see what the number 77 can do now. His team boss, Lucio Cecchinello, gave him the objective of standing on the podium with Eric Granado in this race. Maybe a bit of a long shot currently, but still 4.5 laps to go in this race too.
Well, we're about to watch a replay here of the start. Zannoni just chin pinned on the tank, isn't it? That wasn't a great start from Eric Granado. Akubo, though, a cracking jump off the line then. Really, really good stuff from the Japanese rider.
And after some of the drama that we saw in MotoGP, the sprint race earlier, just glad that everyone got round. You can see Matteo Ferrari using all of the track and then some. He did that in race 1 as well.
And that's an entirely different circuit he was riding there, wasn't it? Well then, here is the start from Jordi Torres, keeping well out of trouble. Oh, wow.
Kubo, well, he was a bit out of shape, wasn't he? But he managed to get away with that one, the Japanese rider. As we go back to the action at the front then, and Mattia Casadei has really put the hammer down. He has set the fastest lap of the race on lap number 3. 0.742.
Garzo looking up the inside of Granado, but not quite, Neil.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say Casadei now has half a second in hand on the rest.
Well then, that's about the same gap that we saw a lap ago, and this crew all bunching back up again. Akubo's fallen back towards the back of this leading group then. Off the back now with Torres up there into 7th place now.
Yeah, Matteo Ferrari has got past Eric Granado as well into 3rd, and here is where he made the move up into turn 1. Ferrari had definitely been intending to get by the Brazilian for about a lap. Formerly the fastest man on track, and look how he has cut into the gap to Kevin Zannoni up into 2nd. This could be another late race charge from Ferrari. We've seen this a few times in 2023 so far.
Yes, but he needs to keep it on the asphalt. That was where he came across in the race 1 earlier on. And look at the speed of coming out of turn 8 in towards turn 9, then so spectacular. Still one of the biggest compliments paid to the Ducatis that we have now in the MotoE class. Their corner speed is so high, as they've become accustomed to.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm impressed once again by Kevin Zannoni, who is holding his own in this company here. He has managed to bring down Casadei's lead just ever so slightly on that fourth lap of the race. It's just under 5 tenths of a second now. Casadei just holding brief. Let's see if any of these men behind him are able to get close enough to make a move.
Wow, so squirrely on the brakes is Ferrari. I think he was signaling to us on the grid that he was going to give it absolutely everything. All he can do now is really attack, because that's the state of the championship at the moment. He's 19 points adrift to Torres. If it were to finish like this, he would actually be down into 3rd place in the championship after a guaranteed near enough lead in race 1, should he have won it.
Yeah, and this would bring Casadei right back in to contention for victory, and I think it would pretty much make it a 3-horse race heading to Barcelona in 2 weeks' time. Casadei never had a double victory before in the MotoE World Championship, or in the MotoE World Cup as it was previously known. And he is riding tremendously here. You can see another couple of hundredths of a second though Kevin Zannoni has managed to whittle away.
Yeah, good on them for reeling him in ever so slightly, keeping him in check. I think is probably more appropriate. 2.25 laps left to go of this race. I think we could be setting up ourselves nicely for a final lap dash for the victory. As Garza receives a track limits warning then. This is one of the particular problem areas on the outskirts of turn 9 and towards turn 10. So across the line they come then for the second to last lap. Casadei leads still from Zannoni, Ferrari, Granado, Garza, Pons and Torres off the back of that group. A lonely 7th place for your championship lead.
Yeah, you can see Jordi Torres there, 1.2 seconds back now of Mikel Pons. He's going to be hoping for some, I guess, misfortune to perhaps fall one of the riders ahead, because at the moment it looks as though 7 is the best he can do. And I think, Matt, we might have a bit of a fight for victory here, because look at Mattia Casadei's lead. It has come down now from 5 tenths of a second to 3.
Yeah, 10th by 10th, they're reeling him in, and well, oh, that was a big bobble for Eric Granado there. Has someone gone down? It's, oh, I think that's, no, it's Granado. Granado's gone down. Deary me, you can see he had a big bobble. Blimey, what happened there to Eric? I thought he managed to save it, but apparently not. The Brazilian down and out.
Yeah, cruel luck for Eric Granado. Been on a real run of 3 consecutive podium finishes, and unfortunately that definitely puts paid to his hopes of winning the championship this year. Granado 6th coming into this race, some way off, really needed some things to go his way, but I think that is pretty much it for his title hopes.
Yeah, really unfortunate for the Brazilian then. He will just be out in Barcelona and Misano to try and get as many victories as possible then, just for the sheer love of it, basically. So that is a disaster for his championship ambitions.
Yeah, something about his sector 3, Mattia Casadei just not quite so comfortable there. You can see on this lap, Kevin Zannoni took about 2 tenths of a second out of Casadei through that 3rd split. I wonder if he can just keep
and with
this
3 in a row. Zannoni and
deficit
Ferrari
now,
right behind
then he might be able to make a move through the 2 left-handers on the final lap.
Well, here we go then. Overtaking opportunities are plenty. If you want that victory, 3 Italians out front. Here's one of them. Got to be so late on the brakes into 2A and 2B. Zannoni guarding his line from an attack and assault from Ferrari there. Now it's the run up towards turn 3. This has got to be a big place for Ferrari to try and make a move. If he does want that win, he's going to have to really muscle, I would say, Zannoni out the way.
Yeah, we've been here before, of course, with Mattia Casadei leading late into a MotoE race at the Red Bull Ring, only for him to crash out on the last lap. Let's see what he's made of. A win here will bring it back into contention.
Ferrari makes a move. Is it a bit late, though? Oh, no, he perfectly parks it up the inside as Zannoni turn 4. But will he get him on the cutback? He's carrying more speed around the outside as Ferrari. There you go. He's managed to keep it, so he's in a 2nd place now. We could be on for a grandstand finish. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. This is MotoE at its best.
It certainly is. I think there's two opportunities into turn 9. Matteo Ferrari can potentially move by Mattia Casadei. If not there, turn 10 beckons.
Yes, here we go then. Full attack mode, because that is a championship rival right ahead of him. 2 victories so far this year. It's Casadei versus Ferrari. Look at the corner speed he's carrying. He's going to go for the lunge, surely. He's going to go up the inside. No, he's backed out of it. I can't believe it. What a disappointment. But how smart for the championship. No more errors for Ferrari. Casadei takes the win. Ferrari second place, a safe one. Zannoni third, but Torres crucially came home in 6th
Zannoni.
Yeah, another case of damage limitation for Jordi Torres. It just wasn't his weekend here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria, but he still comes home with 2 top 6 finishes and maintains a decent championship lead. But Mattia Casadei, I did think Ferrari was going to have a lunge there, especially into turn 10. It did look as though he was close enough. Casadei just managed to hold on. He just managed to break late enough into that final turn to keep Ferrari at bay.
I would certainly bet that Ferrari thought better of it after his recent form, as we see Granado coming across the finish line. Pointless today, unfortunately, for Eric. He'll be livid with that, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
The Brazilian rejoined after that crash earlier on,
Casadei
right at the back of the field. In
perfectly
18th place.
guarding his line, but also I think Ferrari probably played a sensible move. I mean, what would we have said if he had lunged and wiped him out?
Exactly, yeah. And of course, after the crash in race 1 earlier today, Ferrari desperately needed to get some good points on the board, didn't he? Otherwise, well, maybe he would have been out of the title fight. So, intelligent riding, I think you could say, from Matteo Ferrari. But a chance to stop the rhythm and the momentum of this man, Casadei, well, that will have to wait until next time out in Barcelona. Casadei has now won now 3 MotoE races on the trot. So he really is the form man, hit a real purple patch of form. And with his home race coming up in 3 weeks' time at Misano, he really will fancy his chances of taking a first MotoE title back home to Italy.
He's certainly been trying very, very hard at it, hasn't he, over the years? So, Casadei, could this finally be his year? He's certainly putting in the effort, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, if we get to Misano and Casadei keeps this form, I wonder whether Matteo Ferrari would like a rerun of that final corner.
Yes, absolutely that. And of course, yes, so Casadei does overtake Ferrari in the standings then by a point. Will that come back to haunt anybody come the end of the year?
Well, it's beautifully poised, you have to say, with just 16 points covering the top 3 in the championship, with 100 still to play. We have had some epic MotoE title bows at the last round, and we could well have another when we get to Misano in 3 weeks' time. Matteo Ferrari from 0, almost a hero here in Austria. 2nd place for him, and that is 6th, as I do my sums with my on my fingers. 6th podium of the year for Ferrari. Aside from those 2 crashes, he has been uber consistent as always.
Yeah, got to hand it to him. That's you would say he's gone from 0 to rather orderly, safe gentleman. Especially after the slap on the wrist from the FIM stewards as well of late, for a variety of reasons. You would certainly say it's Ferrari back to almost his best. And there's Tatsuki Suzuki, close friends with Mattia Casadei, over the moon for his buddy. Excellent stuff.
Well, we've said for a while, haven't we, Matt, that Casadei probably has the potential and the speed to fight for the championship. Consistency let him down last year, and after a couple of costly DNFs at the start of this season, one at Le Mans, then one next time out at Mugello as well in the rain in race 2. After that, we thought it was going to be a similar story, but since then he's put together a real strong run of results. Hasn't been outside the top 6 since then, and as I said, 3 MotoE victories on the bounce. That is serious form, coming into his best form at a crucial moment. And good to see hugs all round then from the 2 men who went at it for victory on that last lap.
Yeah, they're good friends, aren't they? And there's a lot of camaraderie in the MotoE class. No enormous rivalries or anything vicious, so to speak. There's on-track rivalry, but off-track it's all fairly amicable, which is very pleasant. So, though, as a second podium for Kevin Zannoni then. How about that? The Italian must be absolutely delighted, and he's going to come very shortly and speak with Fran and tell her all about it. Kevin Zannoni then, a two-time MotoE podium finisher this year. Very, very good job indeed. Let's hear all about it from him, Fran.
So Kevin, again, another visit to Parc Fermé, your first double podium now, another fantastic race. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. This race, I'm more happy than before because I stay very close to the victory. We had a great weekend. I'm happy for this. It's very important do this result. Thank you to all the team because they did an amazing job.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Zannoni. Good to see from him. And just people, the hard work paying off. Really, really do enjoy seeing that for the number 21. But what about second place? What a story arc he's got going on this year. Matteo Ferrari then, from zero to Parc Fermé once again. How does he feel about it, Fran?
It was. So Matteo, as I said, you've been in Parc Fermé a few times, so I have to ask you about your thoughts in the final sector there. Were you thinking about 20 points?
Yeah, after race one, for sure, I think on the podium. During the first few laps of the race, I remained behind Granado. I lost a little bit of time. But, you know, this weekend it was a little bit difficult for us on Saturday. But, you know, we took 20 points, more or less the gap from the first on the final standing is more or less the same. So I'm quite happy.
Welcome back to the podium. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Ciao.
Always got a big smile on his face, hasn't he? Matteo Ferrari, great stuff. Good on him. Well then.
Yeah, just hearing Fran in our ears. Has anyone ever won 3 in a row in this series? That's a good question, Fran. Maybe Dominic Aegerter at some point last year, but well, we'll come back to that because it's time to speak to the man of the moment, Mattia Casadei, 3 wins in a row, and he's with Fran.
Well, as I said, Matteo, we'll confirm, I think you might be. It is an amazing run of form that you're in now. You've made a huge step forward in the standings as well. We think that could be a very interesting final corner to watch when we arrive to Misano in the final round as well. But congratulations, how does it feel?
Yeah, amazing. I'm at paradise, I don't know. It's fantastic, I'm very happy. Thanks to all my team, my family, my sponsor, my friends, for all, because this result is for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, excellent stuff. Love it. Mattia Casadei then, a 3-time winner, 3 in a row in MotoE. I mean, that's just not, I mean, consider how many different winners we've had so far this year, Neil. That is just not something that you can really expect to see and hear from, really. 3 wins in a row.
Yeah, considering the variety that we've had in MotoE in 2023, mentioned yesterday, we've had 7 different winners from the 10 races coming into this weekend. But Casadei manages to stamp a wee bit of authority on procedures. He now draws level with Matteo Ferrari as the joint most winning rider in MotoE in 2023. And very much in title contention, as I just mentioned. 15 points back of Jordi Torres. Well, if he wins every race from now until the end of Misano, he will be the world champion for 2023.
So, just to confirm, Aegerter did not win 3 in a row last year, so I think it could be on there.
Okay, thanks for that, Fran.
Top man.
So, there you go.
Times 3, look. There you go. 1, 2, 3. What a nice jump. Excellent. So that's another MotoE round wrapped up here in Austria then. Just 2 more to go in the World Championship, the first edition of Barcelona and Misano then. Those are the venues to close us out for the year. 100 points left up for grabs too. Very, very exciting indeed. I mean, we've had some cracking races at Misano over the years, haven't we? It's almost like the spiritual homeland of MotoE championship finishes, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Because, of course, in the COVID-affected season of 2020, I think we had 3 races, Matt, at Misano. One during the Grand Prix of San Marino, and then one during the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And who can forget the end of the 2021 championship when it went right the way down to the final lap.
Don't talk about that. People still get very passionate about that to this day.
Well then, as the dust settles on another dramatic weekend of action in the MotoE class, a few things to pick out just from the results there. Randy Krummenacher came home in 7th. He actually made a pretty spirited comeback after a tough start. He was down, I think, in 11th or 12th on the first lap. Jordi Torres in 6th, obviously solid points for him, and Mikel Pons managed to pick the pocket of Hector Garzo right at the end. I think that was on the last corner that Pons grabbed 4th. Our attention was obviously on the fight for victory, but good performance that from Pons, and that 4th place, that's his best result of the year so far.
Podium ceremonies time then, hit once again in Austria. Zannoni comes out to take the 3rd place trophy and spot once again. Very nicely done, young man. Then, of course, we have Matteo Ferrari. Probably the podium giving him the most relief that he's had in his MotoE career so far, I would say. But Casadei, 3 in a row then. But isn't it interesting that we've got a rider that's having 3 wins in a row, yet we're not describing their form as dominance and a clear-cut sort of bid for the win. It's still all to play for with 2 rounds to go.
Certainly is. Fabio Sassara hands out the trophy for 3rd place, going to Kevin Zannoni, his 3rd season. And he's been waiting basically 2.5 seasons to get a podium, and 2 come along on the same day. Great weekend for him. A great salvage job from Matteo Ferrari after the disaster of crashing out off the lead on the last lap of today's earlier race. Daniele Faccioni hands the winner's trophy to Mattia Casadei, the man of the moment in the MotoE World Championship. And now time for the Italian national anthem.
He gets to have even more than just a swig. Casadei sprays the Prosecco. The Italian tricolore across the top of the Austrian GP podium. There's actually a DJ above it having a whale of a time as well, right above the flags and all that. Wow. What's the vibration? Is that the music in our feet? Is that? It's not like a fighter jet going over, is it?
I think it's there is a DJ placed quite close. In fact, he's placed